Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. This is a video I've been wanting to do for a long time, but there are a couple reasons why I never got to it. Number one, this is a to-do list video full of how to do your to-do list. So different ideas you can take from and use. And here's the thing, I know I have pulled all these ideas from different YouTubes I've seen, or from people telling me their ideas, and I don't remember where they came from. And so I honestly feel bad sharing the ideas without really being able to say who it's from. But then, that's how so many ways I use my planner are off of seeing other videos or other people also, and then taking their ideas, tweaking it to work for me, and that's what we all do. And I would never be offended if someone took one of my ideas and, used it in a planning video, but they didn't know where it came from. So hopefully, wherever I have gotten these ideas from, those people feel the same way. Number two, I guess I already feel like sometimes I feel like, well, everyone already has their to-do list system or their daily planning system, and they just don't need more ideas because there are a lot out there. But then I actually had a couple people ask for them. So let's do this. Let's get into it. I actually love to think about different to-do list ideas. It's a favorite thing of mine. Now, this first idea, I have an entire video on, which I will try to remember to link below in the description box, because this is the way that I've done it for years and years and years. And when I still plan daily in my InkWELL press, it's pretty much how I kind of do it in there too, in my daily InkWELL press. And so I have a whole video on this called my 1, 2, 3 productivity tip. And it is so simple. So this is actually my way that I've used for years, and I don't remember ever getting it from someone. I feel like I just made it up on my own. I'm sure there's other people that use this exact same way, but it's just something I've used for years. All right, so it's my 1, 2, 3 productivity system. And what I do is take my list for the day, and I list it all out in no particular order. And then I choose 1, 2, 3, the top 3 things I have to get done. And so there's just no question they have to get done that day. And so they need to get done first because that's the way my day rolls. So I cross them out and I write them down here. And then I don't even look at the rest of the list, try to grab anything off, or write out my next 3 until these 3 are done. So until I've done these 3 things and crossed them off, I do not mess with anything else. Because we all know stay-at-home moms, homeschool moms, you get distracted with hundreds of other things. So you have to stay right on top of what those are that you need to get done first. Then when I have those 3 done, then I look at my list, and I might have added to it by that point. More things probably came up in the day, and I've probably added more. Then I pick my next 3 that must get done. And then I work on chiseling those away. And then if those 3 get done, then I look at my list and pick the next 3. And as that goes on, whatever I'm left with for the next day, then I look at that list, I reevaluate, does that need to be on my next day's list, And at the end of the night, I already start my next day's list, and I put what didn't get done, what I want to get done the next day in just a list in no order. Then the next day when I wake up, I look at that list and decide what top 3 must be done, and I start all over. I have used this for so many years. I've used it in notebooks, like this plum paper notebook. I've used it just on Target legal pads. I've used it on their smaller, like half-size legal pads a lot, because when my list gets really messy, I just want to be able to flip to the next page. So I'm not worrying about wasting paper. I'm using cheap paper for most of the time. Right now I'm using an InkWELL Daily though, and for most time I stay on that one page. And if I don't stay on that one page, then I just go get a tablet to write my list on if that one page in my daily gets too messy. So although the InkWELL Daily is undated, so I could use a second page for the same day if I wanted to, but I generally go to a tablet at that point. And so I just keep going through my list that way. Some days these are big things and only the 3 get done, and the rest of the day is taken up with my normal mom housework, school toting back and forth, plus homeschooling another one. Just that's my day gets taken up with those things. So this system can be used in any planner. It can be used in an Emily Lay Daily. I used it in there before when I planned an Emily Lay Daily. I've used it, like I said, on any tablets and any notebooks. And you can go ahead and highlight if you wanted to in one color like these so they stand out to you. And then cross them off in a Sharpie so the highlighter's even more crossed out. So however you want to do that. Okay, here's another idea. I know I saw this on someone's YouTube and I have no idea where. So I call it the highlighting idea because my other one was called the 1, 2, 3 idea. This is called the highlighting idea. So she writes a list that is in no particular order, just like mine. So it starts out the same way. Then she highlights the top 3 things. So it's very similar to mine, but done in a different method. She highlights the top 3 things she has to do first. So they stick out to her. She does those things and then she marks them off with a black Sharpie. And then she highlights the next 3 things. And then she marks them off with a black Sharpie. And of course, this way I feel like my list, it's harder for me to find the 3 things I'm working on. So as it gets too messy, you can restart over. Start a new one down here or on the next page. So that's more of a variation called like the highlighting 1, 2, 3, and then crossing it off. All right, this one is called your 1, 3, 5. And I know I saw this on a YouTube video too at some point in the last year. I don't remember where, I'm sorry. So you pick your one big task for the day and you list it first. 1, all on its own. Then you pick, so something that's big, that's going to take you a lot of time. Then you pick 3 medium tasks and then you pick 5 smaller tasks. So you can work from that list. You can look at your day and see what different chunks of time. So like in the morning, if you're feeling like, you know what, I just want to conquer like 3 small tasks, you know, first thing in the morning. So I can just right off feel really productive, get a great start to my day type of thing. Then pick 3 small tasks. But this method is just helping you to know, you know, how big of a task is it? And so you can look at it during the day and say, well, what can I conquer right now? So there's another method, 1, 3, 5. Okay, here is a timed method. So this is someone who wants to time out their day. Now this would not work for me in my life right now, but I can see how it would work for other people in different seasons of their life. So you basically write out the times of your day and how long you think each task will take, and you write in the task next to it. So if you're going to start your task 1 at 9 a.m., so you decide on that start time, then you write in what it is, task 1, and you decide that task is going to take you an hour, maybe cleaning your bathrooms. And so you're going to map out that hour. And then at 10 a.m., you're going to decide what task you're going to do, and that task is going to take you an hour and a half. So you've mapped that out. And then you're going to decide from 11:30 to 12:30, that's another task. That's task 3 of the day. Then you decide at 12:30 you're taking a lunch break to 1:30. Then at 1:30 you have another task that's going to be a long one. It's going to take you till 3 p.m. And you see how it goes. Maybe you have school pickup then, and then that's all you have for your day. Or maybe you don't have school pickup, and then you keep going on. And so that is a timed method for you to be able to time out your day. And if I wasn't homeschooling my youngest, I could actually see myself really trying this to see if it helped me. I don't know though. I'm not very good at estimating how long each task will take. And so I think I would actually have to learn that. Like one time, time myself cleaning all the bathrooms or the one bathroom. And then I would kind of know how long it takes, type of thing. Okay, then another method is daily focus method. So for each day of the week, you look at your whole week laid out. And you might leave this the same every week, or you might not, because your weeks might change depending on your schedule or your kid's schedule. But basically you're saying like Monday is like a weekend repair where you're going to like, you know, recuperate from the weekend, get your house back in order, and I'm going to work on my channel. So I've devoted Monday to that, and then I'm going to write the tasks that go with that. So that's all I'm devoting Monday to. Tuesday, I'm devoting to errands, and I'm going to list my errands. The UPS store, Home Depot, Target, Sprouts. That's all my errands day. Now, if I didn't do homeschool for one of my kids, I would totally do all my errands on one day. I would totally do that, because then I only have to like get ready and leave the house and do all the errands in one day. Then like Wednesday, I might say it's bathrooms day to clean the bathrooms and work on my channel. So I'm devoting it to that day. And then I write down exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to edit a video. I'm going to clean the master. Thursday, I'm going to devote to sheets and any other laundry. And so I'm going to write specifically what is it that Thursday. The boys' sheets, and do 2 other loads. Now, I wouldn't follow that for laundry. This is just an example. Because I love to throw in a load of laundry every single morning. And that way I rarely ever have to do laundry on the weekends. And just on the weekdays, I do 1 to 2 loads of laundry, but it is done in the morning, first thing. And it can either be clothes, sheets, towels, whatever needs to be done. But there's a minimum of 1 load of laundry happening every day, and then it is not overwhelming. It's easy to put that 1 load of laundry away or get that 1 bed remade. But that's how it works for my life. Some other people, it might work better like this to group all your laundry into 1 day. I've also had a friend tell me, oh, I hate laundry. So if I did it like every day, I would be dreading like every day, every morning. She's like, I'd rather do it like all on 1 day and just devote that day to laundry and then not think about it the rest of the week. So I know everybody has their different methods. Okay, then Friday might be another laundry to finish up, because depending on how big your family is, if you're only doing laundry 1 day a week, I'm not so sure you can get everything done in that 1 day. And then maybe grocery shop. That's always your grocery shop day. So it might be 2 loads in Kroger. So that's picking a daily focus, whether it's errands, you're going to work on your channel or your side hustle job, you're going to do the laundry, that type of thing, a daily focus. Okay, the next method is an ABC method. You're going to write out your whole list for the day in no particular order, same as before, and then you're going to assign it an A, B, or C, depending on how important is it to get done that day. For instance, A's must get done that day. B's might possibly get done, but it's okay if they don't. And C's you already know you probably won't get to unless you just have an amazing day. So you assign it a letter, and then you just start working on the A's. And you do not work on any of the B's until every single A is done. So that's your ABC method. All right, this one is a notebook to task manager. So you're going to have a notebook, and you're going to have a weekly list, a daily list, even a yearly list in it. And I kind of do this a little bit with my ERIN CONDREN hardbound notebook. So there can be an ongoing like monthly list. There almost always is for me. And I look at that and I draw from it every week. So it's stuff that I really want to get done. Like my boys' hooks have fallen down in their bathroom, and we've patched the wall, but now it needs to be sanded, and then it has to be painted, and then we have to make a new hook board, and then my husband has to put it up, and there's many steps. And so that has been on the list to try to conquer step by step. So that's going to stay on my list until it's all done. So if you're doing this weekly, daily, monthly, even yearly list, like notebook, this is a special notebook you're keeping specifically for that. You're going to do a weekly brain dump in it. It's going to be miscellaneous items with no day assigned to them, okay? And then when that week comes, you look through the tasks, and as your days come up, you prioritize what can you do that day and what needs to be done first. So you've got your big weekly list. I almost always work something like from that. I have a whole video on how I used my ERIN CONDREN notebook, my little hardbound notebook, for weekly lists like that. And when I even did my daily lists in there before I was in my InkWELL Press daily planner. So yes, I always have weekly, monthly lists going. Here's something. Decide when you work best and put the harder tasks at that time of day. Most of us are most productive in the morning, in like the first 3 hours of our day, something like that, I've heard. And I find that to be 100% true. Of course, we all have to keep working through the whole day. But for me, for my personality, since I wake up very early and work out at the gym with my teenage son, and I find that being up early, I definitely love to conquer as many tasks as I can in the morning. I work better at that time of day. I'm more full of energy. I'm more motivated. It's when I want to get my big hard tasks done. But you decide that for you. If you're a night owl and it's not the morning, then schedule your tasks accordingly. Then, this is really important. This is something I am still working on. It's constant. I've always been working on it. Make it achievable. So you have to look at the time in your day, and you have to look at the task and think about how long it takes. And then you have to make an achievable list. So you cannot make a list that's unachievable every day, because I can tell you for myself, it's very frustrating if you make a list of 10 things and you really do want to get them all done, but you in your heart know, with all your other stuff, with your mothering or homeschooling or whatever else you're doing, or your job, if you in your heart know you're only going to get 3 tasks done from that list, then take off some of the extras and already just leave it on your weekly list to look at. Don't take it off and put it on your daily, because it just makes you feel unproductive when that's not what you are. You weren't unproductive. Okay, plan your day. So here are just some things I thought of. And so I'm thinking from my stance as being a stay-at-home mom. Anyway, as a stay-at-home mom, these are some things I've thought of. Being at home, before I stayed home, I taught school for 3 years. And before that, I worked for 10 years in all different kinds of jobs from when I was 15 to 25. I worked as someone who took calls on a 1-800 number for budget rent-a-car. I worked at a florist for like 5 years. I worked at a Stride Rite. I worked at a Blockbuster. I worked at a data entry. I had a lot of different jobs. From when I was in high school all through college, I was always working. And so I know this, that being at home takes the most self-discipline, at least in my book, because no one is over you. No one is telling you what to do, and no one is going to get upset if something's not done. So luckily, I'm someone who's kind of a productive type of taskmaster type of person, but I can see it being very hard, if you're not, to accomplish big things when you're staying at home, because it's hard. It's easy to lose focus when you're taking care of kids, laundry, workmen coming and going. You're fixing dinner on the side, like earlier in the day to get it done. Just all these things pull at you in 10 different directions. It's really easy to lose focus and then get discouraged and then just decide, I'm not putting any of that on my list, because it never gets done because you get pulled so many different ways. I can see how students go through the same thing, and anyone who works from at home, oh my goodness, I can see how that's hard to do. For a mom, I see even more than when my husband works from home, which isn't that much, but he can easily lock himself in the office and focus, because he's not thinking, oh, I want to clean this bathroom, I want to throw this laundry in, I want to mop this floor, let me just dust this off. He's not thinking any of that. So I think for women, it's probably harder to be working from home. So it's easy to work all day, but your priorities still don't get done. And then you just feel at the end of the night defeated, And one of the things to that is trying to cram too much in one day and making yourself feel like you didn't get anything done because you only got 2 things on your list done. But those were 2 important things. And so that's the thing of not putting too many things on your list that you can't fit in. And schedule breaks if it helps you. If it helps you to know when you're going to have a break, like I'm going to work full on my task list for an hour or 2 hours, whatever is best for you. And then I'm going to get a 30-minute break. I can have a snack, I can scan social media. And so if it makes you feel better to have a break built in and to give yourself time blocks if you're at home, then I think that's a great way to do it. Okay. One more idea. Yes, I think it is my last one. This one was from Passion Planner Instagram. So see, I did write it down. From Passion Planner's Instagram, they posted this. Using Post-it notes, you can put this up on a whiteboard. So in your office or in your home, you could just put it on the wall, or a foam board or anywhere you want to stick it, but you label everything A, B, C, D, E, and you put your tasks under each one of those. Each one is a Post-it note. And you look at what you can delegate or eliminate from that also. So your D's are supposed to be what you can delegate, and your E's are supposed to be tasks you can just eliminate. So to me, I'm not quite sure why you would write the tasks down if you're going to eliminate them. Maybe because it makes you feel better, and then you can just take them down and ignore that. So that's supposed to be delegate and eliminate. A's like have to get done that day. And so same with the other lists. And then B's can just, hopefully be done that day. If not, move to the next day type of thing. And C's are you just go in knowing those will probably be moved to the next day. I don't remember how they explained it, but I just drew this out to try to remember it. So it was something like that. So like I said, right now I'm making my daily list in my InkWELL press, and it is categorized in the InkWELL press daily. Let me show you. Just because I've mentioned it so much, I want to show it in here. So she already has immediate, important, and significant. So I tried to put my top 3, like I said. If I need somewhere just to dump my list, because I usually don't have a lot of appointments, I use the appointment side for lists a lot. So I'll dump my whole list in here, and then try to take out my immediate, which are my top 3, then things I would just really like to get done that day, and then insignificant are things I know I need to go put on other lists. I know they're not going to get done that day. So it needs to go like on my weekly list notebook, or it needs to be moved to tomorrow already. So wherever those items need to go, I know I'm not going to get them done today. So I have entire videos on this InkWELL Press Daily and how I use it. So I'm not going to go into that, but I just wanted to show you that in her daily undated planner, she already kind of divides your tasks for you like that. And immediate, important, and insignificant. Okay, and she also has videos out on this, I believe, on this one, explaining those. She has a podcast, I know. One of her podcasts talks about this planner and these 3, why she picked those 3 words and where you should be spending most of your time. That is in one of her podcasts, which is called Productivity Paradox. And if I can find the number of that one, I will stick it in here on the screen for you guys. Okay, guys, thanks for watching and sticking with me on this long to-do list video. I'm glad that I was finally able to bring this to you. I love talking about to-do lists, and probably one of the most fun things for me would be to sit at a big table with a group of 10 women and have everyone go around and tell how they plan their week and their day. I would just find that so interesting. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Happy planning and good luck on your to-do list. Until next time, bye-bye.